assessors, recorder, voting. So I'm real impressed with everyone that's taken a chance to vote, and I wish that those who know that Bible verse, take no part of government, their interpretation is not to vote. Well, you're going to get some really suppressive to your rights and your financial condition, ability for stores to stay open if you don't vote for people that are not trying to turn America into a jail.
We must dig deep, deep to uncover the truth about propositions. Who gave the money for its passage, or who is trying to stop it?
Prop 14, a vote of no stops the sale of $5.5 billion in state bond from the general fund to use for stem cells research. We should spend it on the mass transportation. There are plenty of research organizations and former bonds.
$5.5 billion is not for paying lab technicians, doctors, research chemists. It's for building very large buildings from San Diego to Marietta to San Francisco. Prop 15, a supermajority, yes, endorsed by Sierra Club, California Teachers Association, League of Women Voters. As a prop, it will take the money from corporations who are not paying their fair share of taxes, and the state tax board will bring them up to speed on $20 billion a year of loophole tax payments. This is if they own properties over $3 million. If they can afford that, they can afford to pay taxes. These monies will be given to schools, hospitals, social needs, strengthening local economies, so cities won't fall victims of developers' overcapacitated building schemes. This will not increase taxes on small businesses like the opposition is trying to say, and that's why there's so much advertisement in yard signs, is because they think they're having their small businesses charged more taxes. Well, this is a bill that helps the small business people. It can also lend money to needs if you apply to keep your small business going, and to purchasing farms that are going out of business and let them stay fallow until another farmer wants to take it over. We look forward to Proposition 15 doing so much for California. See you at the polls for your yes vote.
Prop 16, yes, is repealing the ban of affirmative actions. Removing the ban will base admittance to California college intuitions and workplace on qualifications, test scores, life interests, and leaderships, rather than a certain percentage of team.
A yes on Prop 17 allows people who have served their time in jail to return to the cities and cast their ballot. This is a yes and a prayer for those decisions that they continue to make in life that keep them in society. And people say it also allows them to have weapons. Well, first they'd have to buy it, and then they have to go into a background check. So if it even says that they may do that, well, they're going to have to go through a lot more than that.
Prop 18, yes, allows 17-year-olds to vote. It's if by the general election they have turned 18 years old.
A vote of no for Proposition 19. In 1978, another Proposition, number 13, passed which outlawed raising property taxes above 2% a year. Props and laws have sought to increase property taxes much higher, and this is one of them. This would even repeal Proposition 58, which transferred property taxes between family members without increase during an inheritance. Assembly Constitution Amendment 11 is Prop 19 and passed the legislature with a $1 billion tax hike for property owners. A vote of no on Proposition 20 is about arresting people accused of low-level crimes, and it will just feed people up to the criminal justice system and keep prison designers constructing prisons. Prison builders need to be redesigning abandoned big box stores into apartments for the homeless. Spend tax money on rehabilitation, not incarceration. Vote yes, yes, yes on 21. Endorsed by Dolores Huerta, Bernie Sanders, the National Lawyers Guild, those fighting at our apartment owners who raise rent, and upper echelon developers who don't pay their employees fairly. For raising rent, for raising mortgages, for raising leases. Half of California is rent burdened or pays over 50% of their income for rent. But Proposition 21 will stop this rent disorder. Stop the rent increases. Someday you'll appreciate it when you have to pay exorbitant rent order. Stop the rent increases. A vote of no protects drivers and us. It's the most expensive prop in history. Uber, Lyft, and the other gig driving operations can pay for all that, and yet they won't buy their own fleet of cars. So Prop 23 seems to have many special interests involved in its organization, and it was attempted in 2018, and once again, people have said what we need here is the system we already have because it works. And let's see, then we don't have such a shortage of doctors. Prop 24. This proposition isn't ready for the ballot, and we passed SB 822, and we need to take a closer look at that and see where it can be improved and go through that system, the bill system, not these outrageously expensive propositions, even though it does partially pay people to gather signatures. This isn't one of them. It's already gone through the legislature. Late breaking news. American Civil Liberties Union is saying no on Prop 25 because it may eliminate the money that is paid by families to have their loved ones return to freedom, but it replaces it with risk assessment tools that are racially and socioeconomically biased. It would also expand police agency funding. So that's part of the no funding that who knows which splinter group decided to say anything so ridiculous and radical. But anyway, definitely there's too much power in unusual, unnecessary technology because of overfunding the police. So many people who are spiritually inclined pray over elections. I ask Father God to bless us with candidates who want to do something for the environment and the people, and elect those who can't be bought or sold. And one of the ways to do that is to get clean money. Many times it's come before the California State Legislature and it's not passed. So we again want to bring that to the forefront, and at your city council meeting, ask and legislate that your city endorses, approves, and moves on clean finances so that corporations can't buy you and put in what they want to. We need less of each city and county and more evaluation of the buildings we have and their potential for remodeling